We'll soon invite them for the session. First of all, let me welcome you again. A very good morning to those who are joining us from India. Good afternoon, good evening, if you're joining us from different parts of the world. As you can see, I am Akanksha Marva. I am the co-founder of Accords International, and I hope you all have a wonderful time in this masterclass and enjoy this amazing opportunity for learning mediation. During this entire session, I would request you to keep your cameras on and your audios off. Whenever you have any question, you can unmute yourself or raise your hand to ask the question. This is going to be a very interactive session with a lot of activities. Let me introduce you to Accords. Accords International is one of the organizations in India right now which is working in the area of conflict resolution, and amongst the first organization which is working in restorative justice. We are very passionate about discovering innovative techniques in mediation and restorative justice for widening their scope as a mechanism for conflict resolution. We believe in empowering and supporting people in confronting misunderstandings and conflicts at their home, workplace, and community in general. For this, we organize fireside chats, webinars, workshops, masterclasses, trainings every month so as to sensitize and train people like you who are interested in conflict resolution. I myself am trained in mediation and restorative justice. I organize restorative justice training with DCP's team USA, and I'm also doing my PhD in restorative justice from India. And once again, I welcome you all to the masterclass. Let me also introduce you to our guest, Rukmini Menon and Anubhav. Rukmini Menon began her legal profession at Khaitan & Co, New Delhi. She worked in the legal department of an FMCG company at Bangalore for a period of 8 years. She started her independent legal practice 25 years ago and continues to handle matters pertaining to indirect tax, commercial matters, including winding up petitions, money, recovery suits, and others. Ms. Menon has been a mediator since 2015. She is also an IMI certified mediator. She trained with JAMS, USA, and Bangalore Mediation Center. She is also trained by Singapore International Mediation Center to mediate in cross-border disputes and appointed as a member of Specialist Mediator Panel India by Singapore International Mediation Center. She's a mediator at the Bangalore Mediation Center and has mediated over 450 cases in a wide range of civil and commercial matters, including money recovery, real estate, contracts, sports, and matrimonial disputes. She has worked with Camp Mediation Desk at the State Commission and the District Consumer Commission at Bangalore since 2017. I welcome you, Ms. Menon, to this masterclass, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for the nice introduction. Thank you so much.
And Anubhav
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Anubhav Banerjee is a mediation associate, business development at Camp Arbitration and Mediation Practice. He's a trained mediator and a registered advocate. Thank you, Anubhav, for joining us today. And with this, hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Anubhav, for joining us today. And with this, I pass it on to Kriti.
Thank you. Thank you, Akansha, for welcoming everyone and introducing our guests. Before we formally commence with today's masterclass, am I audible?
Yeah.
Is my audio fine?
Yes.
Okay. So before we formally commence with today's masterclass, I would like to share brief information regarding what is in for the participants today in this masterclass. So along with the interactive session with the guests, we'll be also forwarding you some digital content on some fundamentals of conflict resolution, then the basics of what negotiation is and the different styles of negotiation. Of course, the details regarding that, how do you master the art of negotiation, will be dealt by Rukmini. Of course, she's the best expert on the topic for today. So, but just to help you, support you with the elementary understanding about the negotiation, we'll be forwarding you the digital content after the talk. So, and that will be shared with you on your WhatsApp group. So, and besides that, we would like to, before we proceed further, we would like to go for a check-in exercise, so that just to be assured that all the participants are there on the same page. So, Akansha, would you like to?
I think the internet is back. Am I audible, Akansha?
Upasana, now you are audible.
All right.
Yes.
I think my router is angry with me that I'm working on a Sunday. So my internet is not
Possibly.
supporting. I am sorry about my internet, guys. Let me just quickly introduce myself. So whoever is listening to us, the participants who are joining us for the first time and the participants who have been with us throughout and are regularly attending our events, thank you for joining on a Sunday, and whichever day you are joining, maybe it's a Saturday evening, just like Akanksha. So thank you for joining us. I am Upasana Singh. I'm the founder and CEO of Accords International. And this idea of a masterclass is actually not, we planned it in a way that we are going to do multiple master classes with a break of like 3 months. So we are partnering with ADR Cell Names, which Kriti is representing here. And this master class is first in the series. So I hope that we see you again. And another thing is that our training is going to be, there is a mediation training that Accords International is doing in the month of June. So this is kind of a tip of the iceberg, that what happens in a mediation proceeding, how negotiation works, what is a collaborative negotiation, what is competitive negotiation. So I hope that we are able to we are able to increase your enthusiasm for mediation. And there are a few questions that we are going to take during the centering exercise. So let me just quickly take you through the program. Now we're going to do a check-in, which Akansha and Kriti is going to take right now. Then Anubhav and Rukmani is going to take the PowerPoint presentation. And then I'm going to take you to the negotiation activity. Between that, we are going to do a centering and mindfulness exercise. So I know it's a 3-hour long program, but we are going to do it very interactive and with breaks. So we will not make it hectic or tiresome for any of you. But I hope that we stay on the number of participants with whom we started in the beginning. So stick around. And I think that's it. Over to you, Akansha, Kriti.
All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Upasana, for taking our participants through the entire plan that we have made for this masterclass. Before we move on and invite
Akansha, I'm really sorry. I'm just going to share the WhatsApp link in the chat box, because that WhatsApp group we are going to use for sharing the digital content, sharing the activity content, and then finally the final certificates. So please join that WhatsApp group. I'm again sharing the link in the chat box. Over to you, Akansha.
Yeah, thank you, Upasana. So before we invite Rukmini, like Kriti shared, we'll be doing a small check-in just to know that we are in the right place and we are on the same page before we start this learning process. So this check-in involves a very small task on your part. I'm sharing there are 2 questions that we want you to answer. And simple rules, I would not call them the rules, but just so that we do this check-in very smoothly. So just take not more than 2 minutes to respond to the questions. And if you want to participate in this check-in, we would request you to keep your cameras on so that we can pass it on to you, knowing that you want to participate and would not force you in the activity. In case you do not want to switch on your camera for any reason, whatsoever, you can still raise your hand so that we know that you are there and you want to be a part of it. Now, how do we pass it on? So for example, if I am doing my check-in, I'll invite the next person I see on my screen, or I see the hand raised, and that person can go on and answer the questions of the check-in. So I'll start with myself. The 2 questions are there in the check-in in the chat box. First is your mood meter, what you're feeling right now. So I started my day with 7. It was pleasant. It went to 3 because it's Saturday here and I went out for a little sightseeing. Then I took rest. So I'm right now very lively and I'm excited to be a part of it. And the second question, which is a personal highlight for me this week. So I started cycling this week after I don't know how many years, I think around 20 years. So that was quite interesting for me. I did not expect myself to start cycling at this time. So yeah, this is personal highlight for me this week. And so it can be work related for you. It can be personal, whatever you want to share. And I see the first person on my screen, Rupali. So I would pass it on to Rupali. Thank you for letting me share.
Rupali,
Good morning, everyone.
good morning.
Good morning.
So the 2 questions are like, first one is the mood meter. So I guess I'm really ecstatic because I just attended another session on ADR. Kriti ma'am was the moderator. I think my mood is ecstatic. And the personal highlight could be, yes, I've been trying for empanelments as an ADR neutral at a few places. So I was just able to send the mails and follow-up mails, and I did get a response from 1 or 2 places. So that made my week productive. So that is the highlight for me. And the next person that I see on my screen is, I think it's Kriti ma'am perhaps, or maybe Seema ma'am. She hasn't raised her hand. Sorry, I'm not able to figure this out. I mean, I don't
No
see the
worries.
Seema
Seema ji,
ma'am
you
is
need
there.
to,
Seema ma'am.
Seema ji, you need to unmute yourself, please.
Yeah.
Huh.
Good morning to all of you. First of all, I am very pleasant and lively. I can say only.
All right. And would you like to share a personal highlight of this week? Something.
Personal highlight. I am not living in India right now, so today is working day for me. This is a personal highlight.
All right. Who would you like to pass it on to?
Vincent,
Okay.
Rina.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hope you're all doing well.
Yeah.
All right. Regarding the mood meter, I am at ease. And regarding a personal highlight from last week, life has always been awesome for me. And last week, yeah, I read a wonderful book called as Corporate Character. So that's a great thing for me. And yeah, I'll pass it on to the next one I see is Dr. V. Sundaresan. Is that okay?
Very good morning. Very good morning. I'm Dr. Sundaresan from Hyderabad. Good to see you all on the screen. Unfortunately, my laptop camera is not functioning. I'm unable to see you all. I'm a professor of a college teaching management in the law subjects. I'm also practicing at the Hyderabad, Telangana, High Court of Telangana at Hyderabad. Whenever I get a very simple cases and everything. I am a member of a panel advocates of a few chambers. I enjoy teaching. I enjoy attending a webinar, particularly law matters. Management matters are not much taking up nowadays because all the faculty members are on their summer vacation. They are all enjoying it. So nobody wants to be disturbed, or nobody wants to disturb. So all the other things will be taking place from the time of June, mid onwards, when the examinations are over. and I'm enjoying these sessions, particularly on law matters. Sometimes I feel that I'm also a Chief Justice of Telangana High Court. It is too much. Okay, please bear with me. Thank you very much. Good day, good day, good day.
Thank you. Thank you, Doctor. So it was lovely that Doctor shared with us. What I would request all of you to please stick to the questions so that we're able to cover as many participants as possible. Maybe we can go with Reena Chaudhary.
Yeah.
Hi, Reena. Are you there? Please go ahead.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning.
Yeah.
So, talking about the first question, I would like to rate it 9, as I'm feeling lively today. And about the second question is that in the past week, because from last month I have been struggling with my schedule. It was disturbed because of the time zones and working late nights and getting up late. So from the last week, I've started getting up early in the morning, like around 6 or something. So I feel this is some positive thing I've done from the past week. Thank you. I would like to now to pass on it to Mishti Sharma.
Mishti.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. So my name is Mishti. So on the mood meter, I would like to rate myself on 9. And one personal thing that I'm trying to do is like make my schedule very right this week, because like past we had exams, so like it was quite messed up. So yeah, like in this week I'm trying to make my routine more productive and like taking out time for exercise, but still like struggling with it. So yeah, that's about me.
And who would you like to pass it on to, Mishti?
I would like to pass it on to Divya.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Divya. I am a student at Main. Coming to the first question, my mood is at 9 because my mom just gave me my favorite breakfast, makki ki roti and lassi. And talking about my personal activities, my last week was the most productive week. I am the part of NCC, National Cadet Corps. The NCC organized Go Green Week. On Thursday, we planted more than 250 plants. Personally, I planted 16 plants in the college. On Thursday, we went to Yamuna cleaning drive. We cleaned and picked up more than 10 tons of garbage. And on Saturday, I am also the part of Gita Society. So we went to a religious trip to Agroha Dham, Haryana in Hisar, where we chanted lots of shloks of Gita, know more about Maharaja Agrasen. Also, I interacted with my seniors. And at night, for the first time, I saw sky full of stars. It was amazing experience. Uh, thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, Divya. Yeah. Who's next? Divya, can you pass it on to someone?
I would like to pass it on to Preeti ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Divya. Okay, so on the mood meter, my mood is right now lively. I'll rate it 9. And sharing a personal highlight from the recent week. So I happened to meet a friend after some, perhaps after my school days, that is like 12 years later. I've met a school friend a couple of days back, and it was a very pleasant meeting. We shared a lot. We recollected a lot of fond memories from the past. So it was a very pleasant interaction. And yes, we'll be now continue to be in touch. So yeah, that was my personal highlight from the last week. And I would like to pass it on to Sahil, who's raised his hand. So Sahil?
Yes, good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sahil.
On the mood meter, I would say I am on 7 to 9, and I am at outing with my daughter. Soumya, say hi.
Oh, hi.
If you can. She's running away. And the highlight is yesterday was her birthday, so I'm in that mood only. Traveling with her.
Thank you.
Looking
And let me
forward to
just
the
share that
A very
Sahil
happy
is-
birthday to her.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you. She says thank you.
And Sahil is an Accords International trained mediator.
Trained
So thank
mediator.
you for joining us, Sahil.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Whom are you going to pass it on to?
I guess Anupama Bhadauria.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Yes, thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Anupama. On mood meter, I'm at ease, and the reason for then that is also my personal highlight of the week, that I was able to complete all the drafting tasks my senior has assigned to me. So currently I'm at ease and I'm not procrastinating anymore, and that is the only highlight. Thank you so much and happy learning to everyone.
Thank
And
you for joining us.
would you like to pass it to Anupama?
I see Krishnansh, I guess. I'm sorry if I've pronounced it wrong.
No, no, it's correct.
Okay.
So on mood meter, my mood is lively because I just attended a webinar by Victor sir. And the answer to the second question is, I actually planted a plant of sunflower. So I'm too excited to see what's next coming to it.
Wonderful.
I'm on mobile phone, so I cannot assign it to anyone else because I'm not able to see anyone. So can you please do it?
I guess Mubarak can go next.
Good morning to all. Hi Krish, thanks for sharing your views and happy birthday to Shagal. It's a pleasure moment for me as well as pray for all to be happy and smile. Personal highlights, my promotion paper is on progress. Hopefully within a week I will get good news, and happy Sunday to all.
Thank you. Thank you. Same to you.
I am
Mubarak.
pausing on to just, I need to watch who is raising the hand. Okay, I think the thumbs up shows by Akshana Mawa. I'm passing on to her, please ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, I think now nobody has raised,
No.
right, Kriti? Akansha?
No.
No, I think we can pass it on to Upasna.
Oh yeah, I haven't.
Kushi is also here.
Kushi, you please go ahead first and then I'll do it after you.
Okay, so my mood meter my mood is 10. And from a personal highlight from my week is I got in title of super volunteer from the Rishad Foundation that I worked for since 2 years. So that's my experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Kushi. Upasna, now it's your turn.
Yeah. Is my internet still stable, or shall I pass it on and do it later?
No, I think it's fine before it gets dodgy again.
So for the mood meter, I am not very happy. I am literally down because of my internet. But after meeting all of you, I am really lively and I'm very happy to see so many people joining us on a Sunday morning. And highlight of my week. So it has been a very it has been a roller coaster week for me. There has been a personal tragedy that my family underwent. So I would not like to share that, but a highlight is that I got my visa appointment. So confirmed. So that is a highlight for me. So I'll be traveling to the US in July, maybe. So if everything goes according to the plan. So that is my personal highlight. So thank you, Kriti, for letting me share that.
Ma'am, we are so happy to know that. All the very best.
Thank you, Kushi. Thank you. Over to you, Kriti.
I think if there's anyone else who would like to share their mood and of course their personal highlight, so please go ahead and raise your hand. Or it's already 11, so we can also proceed towards the session if Rukmini and Anubhav are ready. And perhaps Rukmini, you can also share your, we can all have a check-in with you.
I was about to say that. Rukmini and
Can Rukmini and Anubhav please?
Yeah,
I
am really excited to be sort of surrounded by such excited and happy people. And that also, I'm so happy on Sunday, everybody is coming so willingly for a session. Thank you all so much. And frankly speaking, on a personal note, I just love these sessions with the younger professionals and students. It gives me a whole lot of joy interacting with them. So I'm just hoping it's going to be a really interactive session because I find monologues extremely boring. And on a personal note, what do I say? Yeah, I can say that after a long time, I met my nephew's little son, who's like a grandson for me. And that was my highlight of the week. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Anubhav?
I guess even I share similar emotions like Rukmini ma'am coming on to such a lively webinar on a Sunday morning. So yes, in terms of the mood meter, even my mood is quite lively. And on terms of the personal highlight, yeah, last week has been something where I could restrain myself from doing certain things and get my track in life going further. So that's been a personal highlight for me.
Thank you, Anubhav. Thank you, Rukmini, for sharing that. If the two of you are ready, so we can commence with this session.
Yeah, sure. Anubhav, before you start with the PPT, I just want to just speak for 2 minutes, right? I'll let you know when to show the PPT. Okay, good morning once again. And we are here to, for a session on negotiation. Now, negotiation is an extremely important part of mediation. What exactly is mediation? I think a lot of you are very familiar with the process of mediation. It is nothing but facilitated negotiation, right? And without being skilled in negotiation, mediation will never be successful. Human beings, we all are negotiators. Without even realizing, we negotiate on a daily basis, maybe with our spouses, with our friends, with our employers, with our colleagues, with the sabji wala, with anybody and everybody, right? So negotiation is a part of life, and it's important how we negotiate and what skills we negotiate with. Now, if you heard of Roger Fisher and William Ury, they are fantastic authors who've written this book called Getting to Yes. Now, according to them, I mean, that is a must read for everybody who is getting into mediation and learning negotiation skills. According to them, as I was pointing out, negotiation is a fact of life, and all human beings are negotiators. Okay. With that, I think, Anubhav, you can start the presentation. And once again, I request all of you, there is no right or wrong to answers over here, whatever we are putting up. So please do participate. Only then will this be an actual lively session. Right? Thank you. Yeah, Anubhav. So before I start on this, I want to give a 1-minute introduction about our institute camp. Now, CAMP is a private mediation center which was founded in 2015 by our founder, Lala Olapalli. And this was one of the first private mediation centers started in India. We are all very proud to be part of this. This is recognized by the Ministry of Law and Justice and also accredited by the IMI, International Mediation International Mediation Institute at The Hague. And we have a great panel of mediators. We've been mediating all types of cases for the since 2015. And we have a training vertical, which is extremely interesting. So with that, Anupam, now you can go ahead with the... So what exactly is negotiation? There is, to define negotiation, I could only say this, that it's a discussion between parties to achieve a particular goal, right? As to how you could reach to, suppose you are haggling for the price of an item. Yeah. So you use your negotiation skills to achieve what each person between A and B. And as I started off with, negotiation could be between countries regarding boundary issues. Negotiation could be at workplace. Negotiation could be at home, between siblings, between parents, between corporates. Could be anywhere and everywhere. It's an extremely essential part of not only the commercial world, political world, the personal lives. So negotiation is something once you master, though I have been a mediator for, I think, almost 7 to 8 years, as far as the mediation skills are concerned, every day, every mediation I do, everything, every small little thing is a learning in, upskilling my negotiation skills. It is something which you never sort of feel, yeah, I think I know enough. No, you have to keep upskilling all, your negotiation skills to sort of feel that you are getting better. Now, there are as is shown on the screen, there are two very important ways of negotiating. It's either positional bargaining or interest-based bargaining. Now, for this, highlighting this, we'll show you a small little pictorial. Move the Anubhav, please show. I don't know how many of you may be very familiar with the orange story. And if you are familiar, Kriti is nodding away. Kriti, don't answer then. Okay. Now, there are these two parents, okay, who are mother and father, who are watching brother and sister, who are fighting over one last orange they found. And they are going on saying, I want it, I want it, I want it. So now, as the audience, tell us, if suppose you were in the mother's place, what advice would you give to your children, the son and the daughter? How do you sort out this issue with them? I want some answers.
Yeah.
To share the orange half.
You okay? Share the orange
Yeah,
half.
like divided between both of them.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Maybe some other person need orange peel part and cover part, and the other person inside the part. Maybe.
Then sharing of the orange according to their interest. Like this
Great,
one.
great. Very good answers. Anybody else?
I think the mother should do a orange juice, make a orange juice and divide it between the two.
Okay. Okay, nice. I like the answers. Very interesting.
Yeah, it's a creative response.
Yes, very nice response. All responses are nice.
Thank
Anybody
you.
else?
Anyone else who would like to?
Please feel free. As I said, there's no right, there's no wrong here. So whatever your response is most welcome.
Probably mother will eat the last orange.
That would be a very selfish mother, I must say. अच्छा बेटा आप मत खाओ, आप मत खाओ, मैं खा लेती हूँ.
I mean, to say in it Hindi that samasya ko jad se khatam kar dena. She'll just eat the orange herself.
Or she may give half to she may be kind enough to give half to her husband.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. I'm really sorry, but that I thought.
These are super answers. I think Rupali and Krishna, yeah, please do answer.
Rupali, this
Go and buy
is
one
this
more orange.
answer.
Ma'am, maybe like no, it's okay. Maybe like convince one of the kids that orange is not a good fruit.
Pardon?
And just convince one of them that orange fruit and just get one of them to back out voluntarily.
Okay. Krishna, what is your answer?
Ma'am, I can tell the kid to go and buy one more orange, so we can give one to both of them.
Very nice. Very interesting.
Quite creative.
All answers are extremely creative. We move ahead then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have Reena with her hand raised if you
Oh,
want.
I'm so sorry. Reena, please, please. I didn't see her.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So I think the mother would ask them why the reason why they want the orange, and then she can decide like whom to give the orange and convince the other by giving the reason.
Good, good. Vincent has also got his hand up. Yeah, Vincent.
Yeah, probably, ma'am. In this case, I would have utilized the last resort, that is the father. And as a mother, I have told the father, please go get another dozen of oranges and distribute equitably.
Oh, just say that again, please.
It's about using the last resort, that is the father, from the mother's perspective, utilizing the father to go and getting another dozen of oranges and distributing it equitably.
Okay, okay, fine. Good. I really like the wide variety of answers. The best answer I loved was the mother eating up the orange.
Thanks, Anupama.
That was very nice. I've never heard this answer before.
I was about to say that I have never heard this answer before. It's very nice, very interesting.
Very innovative answer. I'm wondering how I can, Anubhav, note this answer. How are we going to put this to use in our future? Okay, let's move on.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, now that's why we said interest based and positional. Now you have to find out, the mother has to find out what each child wants the orange for. Now the girl is saying, I want the peel of the orange because I need to bake something with, I want to make an orange cake and I'm going to put the orange peel into it. The boy is saying, I want the juice. I don't want the peel at all. So if you're going to cut it into half, it's not going to serve the purpose for either of them. If it is going to sort of, if you're going to, this way, one orange has become two and serve the purpose for, or rather help both of them achieve whatever they wanted to achieve. Now, there are situations like this where it could be, what if the daughter says, I want the juice as well as the skin for my cake. So she can, out of the box thinking, she can say that you want juice. I've got a carton of orange juice with me. I think I'll share that with you. So that's, similarly, if the boy says, no, I've got the recipe for a juice which needs the skin also. What do you do? So he will tell the sister, listen, I have a pineapple lying with me, and I'll give you, our grandmother had a fantastic recipe for a pineapple cake. So I'm going to give you that. So this is, various options. Later on, we're going to come to options. So it is, besides sharing the orange in this way, these could be some of the other options possible. Next slide, please. Yeah. So like for orange, what do I want the orange for? This is the position, and why do I need this orange? Is when the mother goes into this issue of why, what is it that you need? She asks both the children, what do you need it for? I'm just going to take shortly tell you about a mediation I had done for protecting confidentiality. I'm not going to take names of this is an actual mediation I've done, names of the concerns. There was this big sports manufacturing company. They had supplied goods to one of their franchisees and not received money for quite a few consignments. And so they filed for recovery. When they filed for recovery, that was the time 1 year had passed and then pandemic came in. During pandemic, they came in for mediation to camp. So at that particular time, the franchisee also agreed for a mediation because he said, I don't know what to do, frankly speaking. In the mediation, he kept blaming the company, which was it's a very well-known company, that you've given me defective goods. You did not supply the goods to me on time. So why should I pay you? Okay. Now, went into private sessions, which is a very important, like you have in mediations, we have joint sessions and private sessions. Private sessions has to gather more information from each party regarding their particular claim. In the private session with the company, they said, listen, this guy has sent mail saying that he does owe us money. And he's never ever sent us a mail saying your goods are defective. So in court, we will get a decree because it's an acknowledged debt. Going to the franchisee, so he was very aggressive. In the private session, he totally turned and said, I know I owe them money, but it's pandemic. My business has come to a total halt. I am in such a financial mess. Those are his concerns, you know, his fears, that I don't know how to cope with the situation, but I don't want to cheat anybody. I am willing, but these people have claimed X amount plus X amount as interest. The question of paying interest is totally out of question, even if this principal amount, if they are willing to relook at it and reduce it, I will pay them in 2 or 3 installments. So he's ready to pay. So those are his goals, but his concerns are he doesn't have the money up front. And his fears are that if he sort of does not pay, what will happen in court and all that. So went back to the company, who in the beginning said nothing doing, why should we reduce? Then when they were told, when they were like this, you can't, as a mediator, we cannot never advise a party. So, asking them questions like, do you think if you get a decree, will you be able to execute it against these parties, this particular guy? Because he is a franchisee, he is a proprietorship. What if he closes up? What do? You are left with a paper decree. So do you want to? So that struck a chord in them. They said, I said, this way, even if you get about 60%, you do get that amount. And you get it immediately. You don't have to fight for the next 6 years and spend money on your lawyers. They went back to the board, and the board also realized the importance of settling the dispute, so that, their goal of closing this and at least recovering some part of it would be could be done. So this way the dispute was settled, and the best part of it was they reduced the amount, say, to about 80%. They gave him installment facility. He paid up the entire amount. And the best part is, since he wasn't planning to continue on, and they wanted a franchisee over there in that particular part of the country, he also put them onto 2 more franchisees. So that good faith, that, relationship between them, they had a lot of regard for each other because of the kind of settlement they reached. So it's very important to understand why people want the things. Why is it that you need what you want? But to understand that, mediation is very important. Negotiation is very important. Next slide, Annabelle. Any point of time, anybody wants to ask questions, you're most welcome to. Now, in mediation, there's something, when you're negotiating, it's extremely important not to confuse the individuals with the problem, right? Once it gets entangled is when egos come up, people stop communicating, and people are not able to move forward with negotiations. People refuse to see the other side's perspective. Here again, I would like to come up with another mediation done by a colleague of mine, where it was this sister who, then I'll take you to these common issues. There was a sister who filed a partition suit for the property against her 2 brothers. Now, that was referred for mediation. When it came in for mediation, first of all, the brothers were very taken aback by this partition suit. In private session, when the sister was asked that, is there, help the mediator understand that what is it which made you file a partition suit. So she gave the background. So she separated herself from, she said what happened was, we lost our parents very early. I myself was pretty young. I had to take up a job. I had to support my brothers. I made sure that they, they were well educated and they started earning. And in the bargain, I gave up, my personal wishes. I never got married because I knew it would divert my attention. And I raised them. They got married. They had children, and over a particular period of years, they just grown more and more distant from me. There's hardly any communication between us. They don't even know how I am or what is it I need, or, is there any medical emergency? If there's something, I have to call. So on her part, it was a lot of hurt, a lot of, disappointment, etc. She said, listen, ultimately she told the mediator, my colleague, that I don't even want this property. The brothers are most welcome to this property, but there is no other way. There was no communication between us. So this is the main reason I filed. And it was very emotional because the brothers, when they heard about it, the brothers and their respective wives were so emotional. They were in tears. They said, this was never intentional. Of course, this sounds like an excuse. They said maybe because of our careers, our busy lives, we just sort of grew more. We got so involved with the whole thing. Now, that is the reason why we sort of stopped visiting our sister or reduced visiting our sister. Now, if you see difference in perception among the parties, right? So what was the sister thinking? That she was being ignored, and the brothers no longer cared for her. From their point of view, it was a different perception, that it was just, you see, everybody, all of us have very busy lives, and a lot of things we forget. We forget a lot of people, not only things, we forget a lot of people to pay attention, etc., as we go on in our lives. So the perceptions are different here, right? Emotions are a second. See, the sister, because of her frustrations, her disappointment, she filed this. It is not for anything that she wanted a stake in the property, or in fact, the brothers also came and said, let our sister take the property. We are not interested. We are so upset that our sister thinks like this about us, that we have ignored her, and she's like a mother to us, and we are extremely upset that we have upset her. So, the type of emotions which came out over here. And why did all this arise? Because communication broke down between the parties. Whenever the sister did try to reach out, the brothers were maybe busy, the brothers did not respond, a couple of calls were missed, couple of, went on like that. Ultimately, there was such a fantastic settlement in this case that they gave that property to a developer. And the developer built lovely flats for all of them on the same property. And the sister and the brothers were reunited. So here it's extremely important for people, because people, when they get entangled in some problem, their emotions and all make them sort of forget what the actual issue is, and then comes out their hurt and their frustrations, which does not give them the power to negotiate or power to think rationally and move forward, and talk to the other person about this. They just lose that emotion in them, sort of gets entangled, and then everything goes haywire. Next slide, please. And please keep whatever these certain things I'm telling you, this will be extremely important, because you're going to have a role play, and these aspects, especially Bhatna, etc., will be very important for all of you to negotiate when you go in for that role play. Okay, now what exactly is Bhatna and Vatna? By definition, Bhatna is best alternate to a negotiated settlement, and Vatna is the worst alternative to a negotiated settlement. Now, this is just an example we picked up, okay? So Reuben goes to buy a horse, okay, to Z, who's a horse owner, And he likes horse A, which he thinks, quality is very good, and I want this horse. Z is quoting 10,000 for this horse, right? And but Ruben feels, oh my God, 10,000 is a bit too much for this horse. Then he sees another horse over there, which is for about 7.5, but he is not willing to pay more than 5 for that second horse. But his mind is still on the first horse. And the Z is saying 5,000, all these prices are too low. This is a price horse of mine. How can I let it go? Now, what is the but? Before I go to Vatna in this, let's go to another concept. Then I'll take all the three together. Is Zopa. Just go to the next, and we'll come back here. Now, Zopa. What is Zopa? Zopa is the zone of possible agreement, right? Now, if when you are negotiating, you should always remember you have one figure in your mind. You won't go below that, right? Now, here Ruben is at 5,000. Z, the owner, is at 8,000. And the possible zone or zone of possible agreement will be between 7 and 7.5, because Ruben feels in his mind, okay, fine, I may go up to 7.5 because 7, because I really like the horse. Z says, okay, 8,000, maybe 7,500, I'm willing to give this horse. Now, when you are negotiating, what each person should remember, Ruben should remember when he's seeing his partner, will I get another horse of the same quality elsewhere at this price, at 5,000? What is the likelihood of, what is the likely price to be? Z at the same time should think, what would, if I don't, I stick to my price, do I have another buyer for this horse? What is and both of them should also think of, when you should have some, what is called standards. Like what would be the market price for this horse? Is it 10? Is it 5? Is it 6? What is it? So that will help them negotiate better. If they have some standard, like when you're looking for example, just going off the topic for a second, when you're negotiating for a property in a particular area, you like a house, you're offering, say, a crore, you say crore, the house owner says, well, rubbish, it's for 2 crores. What is your standard for judging? For figuring out what is 1 crore and 2 crores is a huge bridge to, big gap to. Then you go and see in the market, what is the actual value of this property? The value of this property could be 1.5 crores, could be 1.7 crores. Then it is up to them to negotiate from 1 crore, between 1 and 2 crores, because there is some, there is a standard in the market. Similarly, Ruben should realize that my best alternative is to understand that I may not get a horse of the same quality. The market price is between 7 and 7.5, so let me go up there. Z also should realize that this is the market value and I don't have a buyer for this, and I really want the money, so I rather negotiate. And so this is, negotiate so that in the zone of possible agreement and come to a price which is near the market rate. Now the Vatna is when you don't have both of them don't have an agreement at all, because they get stuck to their respective prices. In which case Ruben will be stuck to 5, Z will be stuck to 8 or 9, and they're not moving forward, which doesn't make any sense to either of them. Neither of them have realized what they really wanted. Z wanted to sell the horse. Ruben was very keen on buying the horse. Neither of them get anything. You should keep all these factors in mind while negotiating. I'm again telling you all, please keep these concepts in your mind for your role play. Next slide. And again, I'm saying, if any questions, please do ask. Anubhav, yeah. Anubhav, we'll take you want to do this now?
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah, Anubhav is going to take you through one particular very interesting slide. Yeah, Anubhav, play the slide and then we'll ask them. Yeah.
So as Rukmini ma'am just took you all through positions, interests, what is Bhatna and what is Bhatna, in that perspective, we are going to play this video wherein we would like you all to note down what are the positions for each party in here, what are their underlying interests, and what do you feel is the best alternative for them outside the scope of this negotiation if this negotiation fails. And if you all could note that down, put it down either in the chat box or maybe discuss it with us while we are in the debrief for this video, that will be great.
Anubhav, could you repeat? I'll just put what they have to note in the chat box.
So they need to put down the positions for both of the parties, what the positions are,
Positions for both
as
of the
in what
parties.
does each party want, the
What
interest.
does each party want? Yeah, I'm just give me 1 second. I'm just typing it. Yeah. Want. Yep. Interest. Yep.
Why do they exactly want it? And there can be several interests behind one position. So even if you're noting down 2 to 3 interests, that's fine. And their Vatna or Vatna in this particular situation.
All right.
All right.
Correct.
Should I play the video?
Yes, please go ahead.
So these are the preliminary forms for an open adoption. There's a lot to go over, but I'll explain everything as we go through.
Is that a picture?
Yeah, it's a sonogram they took of the baby last week. I thought you might want to see it. Look, Doctor.
Look, before we sign anything, we really have to talk. We're not who you think we are.
I don't understand.
The agency must have made some mistake. My wife is not a reverend, and I'm not a doctor.
What?
That's impossible.
I could perform an operation on you and prove it if you'd like.
I have to check your file. Excuse me.
So who are you?
Well, our names really are Monica and Chandler. We're from New York.
Yeah, but the important thing to know about us is how much we would care for this little baby.
So you lied to me before?
Well, we bore false witness. See, I could be a reverend.
I can't believe this.
But we were hoping that since we told you the truth, that you still might consider
giving you my baby? You think I'd give you my child after this?
We don't have to decide right now, but if you could just look at our file.
I don't want to look at your file. This is over.
Erica, wait.
I have nothing to say to you.
You have every reason to be upset. We did lie, but only because we've been waiting and trying to have a baby for so long. And we don't know how long it's going to be before we get another chance again.
Well, why don't you ask the Reverend to pray on it?
Erica, please. Just consider us. Ask them to see our file. Our last name's Bing. My wife's a chef and I'm in advertising.
Oh, yeah. I actually liked you guys. But it doesn't matter because what you did was wrong.
But you did like us. And you should. My wife's an incredible woman. She is loving and devoted and caring. And don't tell her I said this, but the woman's always right. I love my wife more than anything in this world. And it kills me that I can't give her a baby. I really want a kid. And when that day finally comes, I'll learn how to be a good dad. But my wife, she's already there. She's a mother without a baby.
That was the video. And if we could come up with the answers or in the chat box, or you could tell us your answers by unmuting yourself as to what do you feel were the positions of the person convincing the mother, what were the positions of the mother, and what were their interests behind it, and what would have been their bhatna to this situation.
Please don't hesitate in coming out with answers, because mediation is something where there's no wrong and right, and you could negotiate anyway. So please never, ever, ever hesitate in coming out with whatever your thoughts are. We're not even asking you for your answers. We're asking for your thoughts on this.
Anyone who would like to go?
I think Anupama unmuted herself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we can go with
Anupama and
Anupama.
Vaibhav is also there.
Yeah. Maybe we can
Vincent
go
is
with
also Anupama.
Anupama, Vincent,
Yeah.
and then Vaibhav. All
Yeah,
right, please
sure.
go ahead, Anupama. Yeah.
With regards to the position of the party, the Monica and Chandler, they want to be parents, and for that they'll go to any extent, even lying about their occupation. And the other party, the Erica, obviously she wants her kid to have a good space, a good home where he or slash she can be brought up in a good environment. And ma'am, the interest is obviously the kid. Both the parties wants, one wants the kid and one wants the what is best, best home for a kid. And Bhatna and Whatna, I think that I am just a bit confused about that. The best alternative for the negotiation, I'm not really sure about that, ma'am. So
No.
in that,
Are you not sure about the concept, or are you not sure about it
no,
in this?
I'm not sure how to what is
Apply
going
this.
to be,
Okay.
yeah, how to apply in this particular situation.
Okay, we'll come to it. I think Anubhav will give you an answer. Okay.
Yes.
But what you said was great, and Anubhav will sort out your issue at the end, and I'll add it.
Yes.
Now,
As
next
in,
is,
when
I think,
she did like them, but the thing is that they lied to her, so that
yes.
sort of like made her rethink her decision, if they are the best possible alternative, for as in they're the best possible people to give her kids. That's my answer. I hope it was.
Oh,
Thank
okay,
you, ma'am.
good. We'll clarify
Thank you.
about your partner. Good answer.
Yes, sir. Thank
I
you, ma'am.
think next was Vincent or.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Vincent. Yeah.
What I feel, what do they want is there are two parties out here. One party is the husband and wife. They essentially want a child because they are not able to have one. That is their limitation and that is their want. And secondly is the lady who has a child and who is looking at somebody adopting it. And more than somebody adopting it, she wanted it to go to probably an institution which takes cares of children in a particular fashion. Now coming to the interests, the husband and wife essentially, yes, they want to have a child, and it doesn't matter whose child, what gender, nothing at all. They just want to have a child and they want to enjoy the freedom of parenthood. So that's what her interest is. Their interest is, and with regards to the other lady who's having the child, she's interested in not keeping the child, having the child, but not keeping the child for herself, and also ensuring that the child has a better and a much more comparatively secure place. Partner in this case, I would feel that the worst case scenario, of course, she goes, I mean, an institution of the reverend and a doctor come and take up the child and take it back. The best case scenario in this case is she agrees to the parents' emotions, understanding that they are emotional about it and they are willing to take up this challenge and they are willing to give a better lifestyle to the child. And here the father also, acknowledges the fact about the attributes of the mother and also tells that, look into our files and see that we're financially stable and we can give a comparatively, good lifestyle to your child. So that's what my thought process is.
Great reply, I think. Yeah, great. Now, who's next? Khushi?
Yeah, so the position is the couple needs a child and the woman don't want to give a child to someone who lied and want to give the child to someone who take care of the child well. And about the interest, the couple wants a baby. The wife in this who is in the couple wants to be a mother and her husband wants her wife to be happy. All right, and about the partner, I'm not sure, but the partner can be giving the reassurance to the mother of a child that they will take care of the child well, and the mother will give the child to the couple.
Okay, Krishna?
Uh, Good morning, ma'am. So, according to me, the position of the people who came for adoption is they want to have a baby, and particularly husband want a kid so that he could satisfy his wife. Secondly, their interest is they do not want to wait for too long to get a baby, so they lied about their uh, job roles. According to me, their best alternative may be they might get another child from another process. Uh, their worst alternative can be they might not get the child. In case of the lady who want to give her child, uh, her position is that she want to give her child only to a doctor, particularly because her interest represent that she want to secure a better future for her child, so that her child not suffer. Best alternative can be she might wait till time she get another person who is a doctor or not. Her worst alternative is she might never get a person who is a doctor to adopt her child. That's my view on this thing.
Good. Reena and Rupali. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So talking about the couple first, I think the position is that they want to have a child, but they want this child from this mother. And on the part of the mother, it is that maybe she's a single mother and she is not able to raise the child and is worried about his future. So she has put up the child for adoption, and she really wants to secure the future of her child. And the interest is talking of the couple that they have been trying to have a child, but they could not. So the husband particularly wants his wife to be happy, and he also mentioned that it kills him that he is not able to give his wife a child. And on the part of the mother, it is that even though they lied to her, but she thinks that they have admitted that they had been lying, and they have now told the truth, and they want the baby really. And also he mentioned about how caring his wife is, and the partner would be that she gives a child to them and really ensures the security. So she is also not worried about the future of the child. And the worst alternative could be that she's never able to find another party if she not gives to this couple. That's what I think.
Thank you, Reena. Rupali?
Good morning, ma'am.
Hi.
Ma'am, according to me, the position of both the parties is that one of them is actually feeling cheated because they have been lied to, and they lied about their situation, and the interest of the one of the parties would be to ensure the safety or the safe upbringing of the child, and
Right.
the interest of the other party is that they actually want to have a baby and they have not been able to have it since long, which actually made them to lie, which is their position. And as far as the partner is concerned, according to me, the partner for the first party would be to find another family for the child if it does not work out with this particular couple. And for the couple, the partner would to get a baby, since their actual interest is to get a baby. So they can always get it from some other place, or maybe some of the other procedure undergoing some of the other procedures. And when we come to the Vatna, according to me, the Vatna could be that the woman like who's going to give the child, so decides to keep the child and bring it up on her own. And the Vatna for the couple would be that they actually like decide not to have a child, or maybe they decide to stay without the child. That would be the worst alternative for them. So this is what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Vaibhav.
Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am,
Hi.
so for positions of the party, ma'am, let's divide it into adoption lady and MNC. Ma'am, the adoption lady has an upper hand as she has the baby, and MNC wants that. Ma'am, so ma'am, the interest, ma'am, both parties' interests are aligned here, ma'am, because they both want the benefit of the child and have a better future for the child. Ma'am, ma'am, for the adoption lady, the partner would be that she may give them the child and the child lives a successful life. And Vatna, that she may meet that actual doctors that she likes and she may not like them. For MNC, a partner that they would get the child and the child lives happily, and Vatna that they may never get a child.
Right. All good replies. Anybody else? Anubhav, you want to take it from here? I'll just add in.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, we did receive some wonderful replies, and y'all did segregate it out quite well as to what the positions are of the parties and what the interests are. And all of the interests that y'all talked about are valid interests for the parties. And as Anupam said while ending it, that what both of them wanted at the end of the day was better upbringing of the child if the child at all is getting adopted in here. And that's where maybe where the interests could meet for both of the parties. But also coming down to the question of Batna, I did hear a lot of answers that came down that also said that Batna might have been giving the child to this couple who had come in here. So when we are coming to the concept of Batna, Batna is not what can happen on this table of negotiation that we are at right now. If we negotiate anything out for us right now, that's the best thing that we can have. Now, Batna is what is the best alternative to this negotiation. Now, what if this negotiation fails? What would happen in next? So maybe if this negotiation failed for both of the parties, as yes, as Krishnan mentioned, the couple would have to go out looking for another mother who's ready to give the child for adoption, and the mother would have to look out for another couple who would be up to the mark and up to her expectations to adopt her child. And the Vatna might be them not finding anything at all. But yes, in terms of positions and interests, y'all were all correct in noting them down as to what they wanted. Was one wanted the child, one wanted to adopt the child, one wanted to give the child for adoption to trustable parents, and their interests were where the couple wanted to be a mom, to be a dad, to learn being a dad. The wife was already onto a stretch of showing mom like attitudes, which the husband, because he loved her so much, he wanted to portray that out. So all of that love, all of that emotions, they come in as our interests, with the position being that they want the child. Ma'am, Rukmini ma'am.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you also have to think about if you, he did mention that why don't you look at her files? Now, they did lie. There's no doubt about the fact that they lied. But the fact remains that they are so passionate about bringing up the child, to love the child and bringing it up in a in a sort of very loved home, and also they're financially capable of doing it. So that's why he mentions to the mother that why don't you check our files at least, to see our financial viability. So the thing is, they don't want to, he also mentioned that we've been trying this for very long. They haven't got a kid. So if they have to wait longer, and the mother at this moment of time, if she has to go around looking for a good family, maybe as one of you had mentioned that maybe she's a single mother, and she doesn't have much time, and maybe she doesn't have the capacity to retain the child and look after it. So if she has to go again looking out for a good family, a good not only good, loving, and a financially okay family, that would take time. So it is a question of how, if she's ready for an apology from their side, and ultimately if she is, what kind of assurance do they give her that yes, the very fact that they came up upfront, they needn't have told her at that point of time that we're lying. They could have just gone on and taken the kid from them. But the very itself shows their integrity. So these nuances have to be, it's all these small little things have to be kept in mind when negotiations go on. I hope you all are okay with the concept of Bhatna and Vatna, because this is something which you...
I have a
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Like, what is the Vatna here? I didn't understand what is Vatna here.
Partner is a birth alternative to no agreement. Here, Anubhav, if you have any other thoughts, it would be the whole thing closes. They don't get a child, and the mother, they start off on the journey again, the couple, to look for a child. There's no adoption at all of the child. Neither they get the child, nor is she able to find a home for the child. So nobody, you're not being able to negotiate. So it's a total closure of the whole thing. Anubhav, you want to add anything here?
And Vatna can be the worst possible situation.
Yes.
And maybe the agency can also go down and say that you're banned from adoptions from now on because not
You
proper.
lied.
You lied.
Any other doubts or anything? Because these are,
Sorry,
the
ma'am,
thing is, somebody
sorry,
saying
ma'am.
something.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. You go ahead first, please.
No. I just want to, I reiterate again that these are very, very fine, finer aspects, Bhatna and Vatna. And really have to be kept at the back of our minds when you are in a mediation, to see, as mediators, we cannot tell parties that you should do it this way, that way. Like suppose I were a mediator between them, I cannot tell Joe and Chandler that, you should do this, you should go and give an apology. But ask them, when you ask questions, next we are coming to ask them questions, that what is it, to what extent will you go to get, you have lied, so how will you make up for this? What is there which will give her assurance to Kushi, coming back to you. What will give you assurance? How can you assure the mother that she'll be willing to give the child to you? So it is, you have to really fine tune this art to be able to get to be, and it takes everybody years, even the best of negotiators, to sort of, get to, you can never perfect the art of negotiation, according to me. You have to just learn. Okay, Khushi was asking about the Zopa here. Anubhav, you want to take that? Anubhav is very good at Zopa. Anubhav, I'll let you answer that question. What would be the Zopa here? I have something in mind, but come out with it.
Ma'am, may I just interrupt, ma'am? I just had a small query regarding Bhatna and whatnot. I'm Vincent, ma'am. So
Vincent,
my query out here is that the worst case scenario and best case scenario to no agreement, it would be multiple. There are multiple possibilities for it. How do you actually say that these are
things? Yeah.
How do you actually say that? How do you home on to that?
No, I just repeat that, please. Your voice broke in between.
Sorry for that. Bhatna and Vatna, best case scenarios and worst case scenarios for no agreement. So, scenarios for no agreement can be multiple. How do you actually zero down onto the, scenarios which say that in case of no agreement, this is the best scenario. And in case of no agreement, this is the worst scenario. I mean, with this particular video also, what was being discussed is worst case scenario is that she doesn't get any, place for adoption. But seemingly that may not be true also. So how do you actually say that this is the Vatna and this is the Patna? I mean, can you just amplify on that?
See, there are lots of as you are you trying, Vincent? Are you trying to say that besides them, they could for the mother, there could be the question of no agreement does not matter because she could find other homes. Is that your is that what you're getting at? That
Correct,
is
ma'am.
not
I
the
mean, that would
yeah
also be there. Yes, ma'am.
yeah, and for these people also, for the couple also, they could go out and they could go out looking, right, all over again.
Absolutely, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, like in the in the case of the horse, Ruben likes that particular horse. In this particular case, the thing is that they have done a lot of research. They have been in the market for. I mean, adoption is not a very easy thing anywhere in the world. You really have to wait a long time for adoption. So they have, but what they did was also very wrong, misrepresenting. The whole thing would go totally haywire. So there are scenarios both ways that it could they'll have to look for a long time. Age, you have an age restriction for adoption. Those are the things they have to keep in mind while again going into the market for adoption. Maybe as I think Anubhav said it, they may be banned from adoption because of what they did over here. Then what do? And similarly, that lady, maybe she's too far gone in the pregnancy to again start looking. She's not sure who she's going to find. So all those scenarios have to be kept in mind.
Rukmini, here, actually, there are a lot of doubts when students also talk about Vatna particularly, that
Yeah.
should we look at worst possibility or
Yeah.
worst alternative to the negotiated agreement. So, for example, if I am Monica, and I
Yeah.
think Vatna differs, maybe Chandler's Vatna is different and Monica's Vatna is different in
No, we
this
will take
case.
it as a common Vatna for them.
Okay, so
They're
here
coming
can we...
in as a couple, no? We'll take it as a common Vatna for them.
Okay, so maybe there the worst is that, okay, everything that we have built up this negotiation, maybe we are in the third stage, it wipes out and we have to start from the beginning.
Yes.
Maybe, or rather than thinking about that, no, we will never get a child, we'll get banned. So maybe there is a difference between worst alternative and worst possibility. Should we focus while negotiating on the alternative, worst alternative or worst possibility?
So
Because
here,
then,
according to
yeah.
you, sorry, please complete. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Please complete.
Because sometimes when we think about the worst possibility, then during negotiation, if I look from the perspective of a lawyer, then during negotiation we are a little we will back ourselves, or maybe we are a little restrained, because again and again we are thinking about the worst possibility. But when we are thinking about the worst alternative, then I am like, okay, fine, if you are not coming down, then done, my Vatna is this, and I'm getting up and I can start a negotiation again with someone else. That is my worst alternative. So
what?
that
So give me. According to you, what would be the answer for both those? What is that? If you either have either it's a worst possible alternative, right?
Yeah.
Or so you according to you, what would that be?
In this situation, for example, in this situation, my Vatna as a mother of the would-be mother of the child, the pregnant girl.
Yeah, you mean the mother? Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah.
I think there the Vatna would be that the worst alternative to the agreement here, this would be that this negotiation ends.
Yeah.
And maybe till the birth, I'm not able to find the desired parent. So I lower my standard. I lower my standard and I'll go for some other, because adoptions is so rare. The parents are lined up. I will definitely get. If it's not a doctor, then I might get a nurse.
Yeah. So those are your alternatives, right?
Yes.
But in this scenario, there is always a lot of, what should I say, uncertainty for the, we assume that it's a single mother, okay? There's a lot of uncertainty for this mother in the whole scenario. She may get, right? She may get, and she may have to lower her standards, right? She, if she say, if you remember what she told Chandler, that I liked you people, but you lied to me. I liked you when I think I know you and I liked you, but you lied to me. She liked them. When she means she liked them enough for handing over her child. Now, if you leave it, that okay, the worst this thing would be, close this off. You could always, think of somebody else. But the various other factors to be kept in mind is, does she have the kind of time to sort of look around for another family? That uncertainty that the family she finds may not measure up to her standards. She may have to lower her standards financially and otherwise. So those factors will have to be kept in mind, right?
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely agree.
Yes.
Yeah. Anuva, please add.
Ma'am, just a couple of things to add on. Vatna and Vatna are also very personal perspectives.
Yes.
I might have a different Vatna or Vatna for a particular situation, and another person might have a very different understanding. So whenever I'm sitting in for a negotiation, firstly, I need to understand myself. I need to understand what is the next best thing I want if this agreement doesn't work out. It's not what anybody else, but what I want next. And what might be the worst possible thing that can happen to me. In this situation as well, because she's been lied to, she might have developed a perception that even the next client would lie to me, and she would need to go in the extra step to get the assurances. So that as well might be a Vatna or Vatna for us. But that's very personal to her. And when we are sitting in for the negotiation, that's when we also try to all understand what the other party's partner in here might be. Because if we can try to understand that, then we will be able to focus further on our Zopa. Because the Zopa in here cannot be brought out in terms of numbers, but the Zopa in here can be brought out in terms of that both the parties want the child. Both the parties want welfare of the child, both want good parents for the child, both want a good upbringing for the child. So that's a point where both of them are matching in. So now, if we are sitting in as a mediator or a negotiator for a session, we would try to firstly focus on those positive points, that is my Zopa, and then go on to say, okay, I understand we had lied. They told it in the right beginning. They gave it out in the right beginning. We understand we've lied. Please check us out. Please do this. Then they said, we are also looking towards the welfare of the child. We would love to be good parents for the child. My wife is already a mother. I would try and be a good dad. So we are coming at to some intersections between both of the parties that their common interests are meeting. And that's how we are going beyond the positions of you lied to me, I'm not giving my child to you. And we want the child, we are really sorry we lied to you. We are going under those positions, we are coming to the welfare of the child, and that's the meeting point, and that's where maybe we try and make them agree to things and help them move forward with things.
Somebody called Sumesh had a very interesting that why are we clouding what was the question, please? Kriti, can you just see the question?
If I may,
I'm just trying to see it in Sumesh,
it
can
was
you repeat
me,
the question, please?
Yeah. See, my question was, through this entire session, while we are going through, why are we only focusing consistently on Batman and not kind of trying to flow with the events that's going on? Probably, I feel that if we keep doing that, we lose the context of the negotiation that is going on. We are only thinking, oh, is this, or is the Vatna this one, or is it this Opa? Are we now here? Something like that. We are trying to kind of getting lost in this whole process of not actually following the events that is actually happening, but trying to be running a parallel mind in which we are looking for the Vatna and Zopa throughout.
Okay, Sumesh, you are saying why are we emphasizing so much on Batna, Vatna and Zopa? Why can't we just negotiate? Would you like to tell us how you would like to negotiate without understanding basic
No, no,
concepts
no,
of?
no, 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 no. I think probably I'm not able to explain. My point is that shouldn't it be a part of the process rather than the entire event is focused on Batna and VAT? It is a part of the
Entire
negotiation, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, yes, it is a part. This is only because there were so many questions raised on this because of this video. This entire session is not on Batna and Vatna. It's a negotiation and the various
Exactly, exactly. That's
so
what I
various.
wanted.
It's very. We are not. We are running short of time, but I have a few
Yeah.
still running. But because there was so much interest generated because of this video and the previous one, that we were trying to explain the. As I said, Sumesh,
Correct,
if I'm
correct.
right, that when you are actually negotiating, all these concepts have to be remembered. So it is good that you keep this in mind. But this is the whole session,
Correct.
please understand, is not about Batna and
Correct.
Vatna. We've already discussed what is mediation, what are
Correct.
the
Correct.
various positions, etc., what is positional, what is interest based, and then
And
come to this.
and Rukmini, just as an organizer, I'm just
Correct.
adding one thing for Sumesh's
Yeah.
benefit and everyone's benefit at the meeting, that Sumesh, there are very few organizations in India and internationally who focus so much on Batna, Vatna, Zopa. You know why? Because in negotiation, it is the most clouded area, and even trainers are not clear with Batna, Vatna, and Zopa. So I personally requested Rukmini to emphasize on it if there are a lot of questions. So, but I think we agree with Sumesh. Rukmani, we can proceed if
Move
you
on.
and
I think
Anubha.
we should
Yeah,
move on. There are
yeah,
some hands raised, but I was about to say we need to move on because otherwise
yes,
we'll be just negotiating the continuation of the session.
yeah, yeah. Please go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah.
great to know the interest. You people have answered very well also. Very sort of happy to know about your understanding of Batna and Vatna in order to negotiate. Okay, next slide. I think I may be running out of time. Is that okay, Kriti? A little bit?
You can take 15 minutes more,
Yes,
Rukmani,
yeah.
because
We
Q&A
I
has been in, yeah.
No, Sumesh, I couldn't. No. I don't. I didn't misunderstand you and think perfectly okay. You're perfectly okay in what you asked. Okay, types of questions. Now we're talking about negotiation. Now, to make parties negotiate and generate options, and the basic thing is, as a mediator, how do you ask questions, right? And there are two things which are extremely important in mediation. One is that you should be a very good listener, right? And without being able to listen and without being able to give atmosphere of trust to the parties, people don't come out with the right answers. Now, there are two types of questions: open-ended questions and closed questions. Now, when you want to gather information from parties, you always ask them open-ended questions. I'll just give you a couple of examples. Say if I were to ask Kriti, Kriti, do you like Bangalore?
yes, I do.
That's a close-ended question. That's it. Whereas if I ask her, Kriti, what is it in Bangalore that you like? So Kriti will say that I like the restaurants, I like the shopping, I like the museums, etc., etc. So we have to make, because this is the only way that you can make people, when you're in a mediation and when you're helping, because it's facilitated negotiation, and both the parties should be able to understand each other's perspectives so that they're in a position to negotiate. So for that, enough information has to be there, not only for the parties, so the mediator also to get a correct understanding. So for that, questions have to be always asked in such a way that the parties are willing to come out with information. For example, in in the first exam, what do you call it? That sports, this thing example I gave you of the mediation. Now, if I had asked that franchisee, okay, did they give you some bad quality goods? He'll say yes. So, whereas another way of putting that would be, help me understand when is it that they gave you, that you said they've given you substandard goods. Help me understand on how many occasions have they given you substandard goods. Help, is there any, I mean, did you correspond in any way with the party? So then that person slowly started talking that I did not get any substandard goods. You know, it is just my way of coping with it. And to the other side, to the company, if I just ask them, will you accept he's saying that he wants, will you accept it? They'll say no. So put it in another way. Help me understand, how would you want to proceed in this? Would you want to go back to court? So the party may come back with and the party did come back with the answer, yes, we will want to go back to court because we are not happy with the proposal he's put forward, because so then ask the party that, okay, if you help, if you go back to court, what is it that ultimately you are going to, what are you expecting in court? We ask the lawyers that question. Okay, have you discussed with your client that in court, what is it that you're expecting? If you're claimed for 50 lakhs, will your party be able to get a decree for 50 lakhs? How long? Have you explained to your party how long it will take? Have you explained to your party, have you had a discussion with your party that to get that decree, what's the next step? So, then the part, it started going around in there. They said that the lawyers had prepped them. They said, no, we will again go discuss with the management that yes, it may take about 7 years in court. 7 years in court, we would have spent that, 30% discount we're giving him, the 30%, we would have spent 50% of that, that amount. We will, not only that other person, even if he's in existence, he may file an appeal. So what do we get? So the questions have to be correctly asked. And if you don't ask the right questions, you do not gather information. If you do not gather information, you cannot proceed the parties cannot proceed for generating options to negotiate. You need to generate options to negotiate, to see what are your best possible alternatives, right? Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Now, I'm coming to this option generation. Now, I will go back to the horse example. For example, I'd given you a brief indication at that time itself. Anubhav, come back to Zopaya. Now, alternatives for Reuben are that he looks for another horse elsewhere, that he may take time doing that. And the other alternative is that he looks at a standard in the market, as I told you, that what prices are horses with similar qualities available for. Now, the alternatives for Z are that, will I get another buyer? And what is the market price for this particular horse? And will I sort of be able to sell this? I want to sell it in a particular period of time. Will I be able to do it? Those are the alternatives. Come back to the slide, please, Anubhav. Evaluate your alternatives. Evaluate means prioritize them. That if I, for Reuben, that if I am able to not get this horse, which other horse? Like, you have to sort of go up and down in once you listed out your alternatives. which would be the best thing for me? Should I go up higher in my valuation? Similarly for Z, should I lower my value? And then you come to select the best alternatives. That is why we have that ZOPA where you come in between for both of them. So first you have to list out your alternatives. Then you have to prioritize your alternatives. And that is where the mediator comes to help you prioritize your alternatives, up and down between the two sides. And then you come to the ZOPA that this would be the best possible thing, maybe between 7,000 and 7,500 if we could arrive at a price, which would be agreeable. See, in a mediation, you never compromise. You go away happy with whatever you like. Ruben should be not at the end of that negotiation feel, oh my God, I feel I've been cheated. Not do Z feel that, oh my God, I've given away my horse for a lesser price. No, they should feel that we have had a satisfactory negotiation. Okay. And objective criteria. Objective criteria is what is the, do you have anything to measure up your negotiation, or, for example, the horse price, or, in that sports goods, there's no objective criteria for them to measure up. There, the objective criteria would have been how many, for the company, how many years do I have to wait around over here to get a decree at all? And for the other side, how long, will I last out so long in a litigation against an extremely big corporate? So objective criteria is very important for determining your alternative. Anubhav, next slide. Now, these are, please remember this, these are different negotiation styles. There are lots of them. I will start with competitive negotiation. Competitive negotiation is when, you start bargaining or something. Again, it's easiest because I've taken you to between A and B, between Z and, what do you call it, Ruben. Or there's no relationship. Okay. Between two corporates who are fighting over a contract, a violation of a contract. Now, A has alleged that B has violated this contract and so has to pay so much damages. Competitive is when they stick to their stance and they're refusing to budge. No, I am right, and I will at any chance succeed in my succeed in this particular stand I'm taken. I am not going to concede at all. So in competitive negotiation style, one thing you should remember is that these people are sort of stuck to their stand, and for them it is only getting, it may be a short-term win for them, right? Whoever wins it. But it is something where they do not have to keep any kind of relationships in mind to sustaining any relationships when it comes to a competitive. After that, they don't see each other, or that's the end of their relationship. That doesn't matter to them. That really does not matter to them. Somewhere I read that Trump, he's one of the biggest property owners in the US, and he fits into this competitive negotiator concept very well, that he says it's my call or you go to hell. I am not coming down in this bidding at all. As opposed to do that is a collaborative one, where you collaborate with each other, where you understand, you listen to each other, you understand each other's perceptions. You, for example, the single mother over there, she's understanding that they have lied, but she's understanding that this is the correct time to give her child for adoption, that she will have good, they are financially sound, they will have good, she's found a good family. For Chandler and his wife, it will be that if we apologize, if we are able to assure the mother that we will bring up, that we are financially sound, that we will look after the child very well, it is understanding each other's perspectives and reaching a situation where you're able to sort of settle on terms which are a win-win situation for both of you. And here, relationship matters a lot, right? And it could be the sister and brother's example also. If it was a competitive one, the sister would have said, no, I just want the property divided, take one share, I want one share, give a half to both of them. But because it was a collaborative move on their parts, they reached a settlement where the relationship was extremely important, sustaining relationships. So they reached a settlement where all three of them not only got the best of the property, because they were able to understand each other's emotions and interests and able to sustain their relationship, it became stronger. Excuse me. Avoiding is, I've seen lots of parties who come in for mediation. Avoiding parties are, sorry to say, the worst sort of parties to get into a negotiation. They do not want to negotiate at all. They, how much ever you ask them questions, they are the sort who rather somebody else decides for them. They want to avoid negotiating. For them, maybe it doesn't matter whether a deal closes here or not. And if somebody else is deciding for me, that's it. And you don't get anything in an avoiding. Neither of the parties will land up. And if one party is avoiding and the other party is trying to settle, it becomes very difficult to get them to reach a settlement, because the avoiding side will say, no, for this reason I can't. They won't even think of options, right? For example, if Z was an avoiding party in the horse case, Z would keep saying, no, I know the market price is so much, but I can keep trying. What is there? I don't want to go below 10,000 under any circumstances. Stuck to and avoiding negotiating. Compromise is where you, the first orange story, you compromise. You divide the orange into two. You don't even understand what their needs are, what their requirements are. You just compromise and say, okay, I may not be very happy with this situation, but okay, fine. I'm just about okay. You are never in a compromising situation. You are never, you never walk away from a mediation or a negotiation fully satisfied that you've got the, you are okay with what you receive. No, you say, okay, theek hai, like I've got it. Accommodating is what is you lose to win. Now there are a number of matrimonial cases I've done where, for example, I recently mediated between a husband and a wife where they're just planning to file for a divorce. Now they have a 1-year-old kid, which the wife was adamant that she had to have custody of the child. Okay, legally maybe she's got a better this thing, but both of them didn't want to go to court. Now at the end of the day, when she sort of after a couple of sessions, when she realized that if she was earning, and she realized if she does not ask for personal alimony for herself, the husband was willing to give custody of the child to her with only visitation rights. So she accommodated to that extent that I will not, though in the beginning she had asked for a settlement, a huge amount, but when she realized that I might as well give up that, I accommodate to that extent to have custody of my child. So you accommodate. In another mediation, I've seen the husband, they separated, the husband wanted to marry somebody else. So the only way he could get a divorce from the wife was not only handing over custody of the children, but also a good settlement for the wife and the children. He accommodated over there. So accommodation is when you give up something to ultimately achieve what you want to achieve. So these are the relationships play a very important part in all this different negotiation styles. Like in competitive, you don't care at all. In collaboration, you care a lot. In compromise, it's like, okay, what do you do? Right? So I think that's it. Can we template? What's the question? I think that's it, and I have really exceeded time. There was
quite interactive, but still, the floor is open for questions.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can just give them 5 minutes of questions, Kriti,
Yeah.
before you go to the your activity.
Exercise, yeah.
Yeah.
So, in case participants have any questions, Rupali, do you have
No,
any
I
questions?
think Sumesh, I didn't know what, I didn't quite wait. I'm looking at the template. What did he ask? Sumesh, what did you ask?
Ma'am, I wanted to ask, as per the
Yes.
negotiation styles that you have
Yeah.
discussed, and you gave examples like, in certain building kind of, high ticket business, business negotiations, the win-win kind of a thing that the other party is not willing to accept, and you should go as per, the requirement of the parties. But in certain cases, they are very accommodative, like you gave an example of, the marital issue where the parties are generally accommodating and wanting to. I'm just asking you a wild guess, that is it that, certain times certain disputes can be templated into that this is likely going to be a competitive negotiating style, this may be an accommodative one, this may be a collaborating. Is there any template, or is it as per the way it progresses?
No, Sumesh, is a very good question. No, nothing in mediation is ever templated, but for the steps in mediation. Negotiation is a step in mediation. So every mediation, every negotiation is as per the needs of the party and as per the circumstances of each and every I'll just give you one example, which I always remember. There was this man who was in talks with he had this fantastic property. He was in talks with a dealer, sorry, a property developer. And they were negotiating the price. At the end, this is again one of our senior mediators who had mediated. At the end, he agreed for a very low price. Which was much below the market price also. And the mediator was rather surprised, and he was very insistent on, giving it to the developer because the developer had gone lower than that. And as a mediator, since you can't give any advice and say, oh, didn't you check the market price? And you are aware of the market price, why are you going below the market price? So in a private session, the question was brought to the man that, is there any, can you explain why you doing this? So that man came out, it made so much sense as to why he was going below. Why he was going below was, he said, I am about 75 years old. I have 2 children who are mentally disabled, and they are in their 30 and 30 and 35. There is nobody else in the family. If I don't strike a deal for them now and don't settle money for their future, I know they'll be cheated of the property. At least I know there's enough money to settle them. So that's all I care about. So there was a very good reason as to why he went below the below the market price also. So there are reasons and reasons. There can never be any templates. Yeah, I think, yeah. Kriti, I think we're done. And any questions, you can always put it to Kriti, Akansha, or Upasna. They can send it to us and we can always reply to your mails.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
So
We already
yeah,
have a
absolutely.
WhatsApp group, right?
Absolutely. There is a WhatsApp group that we have created, and you can join that WhatsApp group. So, Rukmini, are you and Anubhav gonna stay for the activity? As in, that's how I'm gonna thank you. If you're staying, then I'm not thanking you right now. But if I can understand, we took 1
no,
hour.
I really want to see how this is an activity of a negotiation, right?
Yes, yes.
And they're going to come and debrief, right? So I'd really like to know what they have, how they're applying these principles.
They're taken from the session.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's.
Anubhav, this activity is for half an hour?
No, around 45 to 50.
45 minutes.
No. Including the debrief, right?
Yes, including the debrief.
Yes, including the debrief.
So no. What I'm saying is, how long are you putting them in to negotiate and to
So Rukmini, let me introduce the activity. Yeah. So let me introduce the activity and I'll tell the breakup. Yeah. Am I audible, Akanksha? Am I audible?
Yeah. You are.
All right. So we are going to share first of all, I just want to ask everyone in the participant with all the participants with us. Have you joined the WhatsApp group? Because we are going to share the activity document in the WhatsApp group. Akanksha must be sharing the facts in the WhatsApp group. Super. So now, as we have brilliantly understood what negotiation is, and there is a lot to understand in negotiation. Frankly, it was just a tip of the iceberg what we have discussed. It's a long process, but now we are going to take you to an activity which is a negotiation without a mediator. So see, there is a difference in these two situations. There is a negotiation in with the presence of a third party neutral called a mediator, and there is a negotiation without the presence of a third party neutral. So now this is a negotiation only between two parties. It's a salary negotiation between a recently graduated or maybe a young professional, young lawyer, and the employer, a representative of a law firm. So we are giving you the facts. They are brief facts. I would request all of you to please, you can improvise, but do not improvise in a manner in which the activity loses its purpose. So you don't meet anywhere. Don't do that. I have shared the styles of negotiation in your WhatsApp group. Keep those styles in your while you're negotiating, because we might, when you're coming back to the debrief, we are going to ask you what style did you take, and also we are going to ask about your partner's style, what style your partner take, and also what did you learn from the negotiation, and obviously were you able to arrive at an agreement. So now coming back to the activity, we are going to take around 5 to 7 minutes of break for centering. Akanksha is going to do the centering exercise here. Then after those 7 minutes, we are going to give you around 10 minutes to strategize in your mind. How will you approach the negotiation? That will take us to roughly 15 to 17 minutes. At that moment, we will break you in breakout rooms. We will send 2 people in breakout rooms, 2 people per breakout room. And if we find that there is some sort of a problem in terms of that people are not, the other person is not responding in the breakout room, you can right at that moment drop a message in the WhatsApp group that your partner is not responding in that breakout room. All right. Or you can also you can come back from the breakout room to the main room and tell us. Hopefully this does not happen. Before we go to the break or to the centering exercise, can I quickly ask all of you to please put your names in the chat box so that we know everybody is present with us. All our listeners are wide awake. You are not busy in any other show. You're not busy maybe muting us and switching off your video and maybe having your late breakfast. It's a brunch. I usually like to have brunch on Sundays. So nice. We are having replies here. Super brilliant.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Nice. So I would encourage others also to please send that message in the chat box, because frankly, it is quite disappointing if we send you the breakout room and the other person is not responding. All right. So Akanksha, have we sent the...
Alongside this, I'll just like to add that I'll be sharing the study material as well in the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, that we're going to do, Priti, after the activity, after maybe 30 minutes.
So after they're back in the main room?
Yes, during the debrief.
All right.
During the debrief. Super. All right. And we are going to share the feedback form right when Kriti will share the digital content. So your feedback form will be sort of, I would not like to use the word evidence, but we're going to get your names from those feedback forms. So please write the spelling correctly in the feedback form for your certificates. Brilliant. Is there any question?
I have a question.
Yeah, please,
Can I ask?
Krishnanj. Yes, please go.
What
go
is the
ahead.
time that we will get in a private session? Like, will it be 10 minutes
15,
or 5 minutes?
15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
15 to 20 minutes. To negotiate, as in to pure negotiation, you're going to get 15 to 20 minutes. For strategizing, you're going to get 5 to 7 minutes. In total, this activity will take 30 minutes in the breakout rooms and etc. And coming back, we're going to do the debriefing. All right, debriefing generally takes longer, so we are saving around 15 to 20 minutes. During the centering, Akansha is going to show you how mindfulness and centering works. We can also entertain questions regarding the mediation training. If you have any question regarding the mediation training, you can ask us during this. And Akansha just reminded me, in the breakout rooms, you can decide your roles yourself. So who is gonna be the young professional and who is gonna be the employer? So that is the teeny tiny agreement from which you are beginning your negotiation. All right, so brilliant. All right, Akansha, over to you.
Thank you, Pasna. And thank you, Rukmani and Anubhav, for the amazing presentation. I hope our participants had a wonderful time. And
Thanks so much.
I agree that it has been 2 hours since we started connecting, and it can be a little bit tiring. So we're going to do a small centering here so that we come back to
No
the
problem. So can I come back after about 20 minutes? Would they have finished their exercise? Because more than anything else, I'm running out of charge from my laptop. I suddenly realized I'm just going to go out this way.
Rukmani, 20 to 25 minutes would be perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll come back. I'd just like to see, I want to be in the debriefing session, then I'll drop off again. So now it's about 12:30. So I'll come back at about 12:45 or 12:50.
One. If you join us by 1 also, that is perfect.
Okay. Great. I think I'll do that later. I want to really charge my phone off. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye. Hey, all of you, best of luck. All the best.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, so coming back to the centering and mindfulness that we're going to do, the purpose of this is to focus all our energy back into the session so that the activity that we're going to do, we can do it with much more energy. And obviously for releasing all the tension and stress and any discomfort that we have had from sitting for around 2 hours now. For this centering, feel free to switch off your camera if you want. I'll also switch off my camera once I share what we're going to do. So if you want to keep your cameras off, feel free to do that. So I'll also do that, and let me know if you're not able to hear me. So first of all, I want you all to close your eyes. Maybe if you want to stand up, stretch yourself a bit, you can do that. Maybe rotate your neck, rotate your shoulders, you can stretch your back. Anything that puts your body to ease. Take deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Observe your breath. Bring all your attention to what you're breathing in, all the positivity that is there around you. Exhale all the stress that you might be feeling right now. Think about how you're going to spend your Sunday evening, maybe with your friends, with your family, enjoying your favorite food, favorite cuisine. We can take a few more deep breaths in. Exhale. Just observe the breath you're taking. Maybe a little grateful for waking up every morning with the opportunities to get what you want to achieve. And if you can also think about your favorite place, the place that you have visited, or maybe you want to visit in the next vacation that you have. Maybe the snowfall, the waterfall, the waves touching your feet, whatever best place you find in the world, or the company that you enjoy, a person that gives you joy, anything that gives you joy, your pillow, your coffee mug, your favorite pen, the fragrance that brings peace to your mind. focusing on your breath, you can take a few more deep breaths in. You can breathe out. You can stretch yourself again if you want to. I'll pause for 1 minute so that you can observe your breath in peace. Right. Whenever you're ready, feel free to come back. You can switch on your cameras if you want to. I hope we're all feeling good and motivated to have the activity be a part of it. So this is a simple thing, mindfulness, that we do just to be in the moment, be ready for whatever we are going to do. And this small thing, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever suits you, you can do this before your big meetings, before your big sessions, anything, just to exclude any mind chatter that you have and focus on solely the task that you're going to perform. And I know it is going to increase your performance to a greater level. And
this can be even done by mediators, because I generally practice this in my mediations. There is no harm if mediators are also doing this. If you think that the parties can relate with it, then you can definitely. Teachers can do this in their classes. I have myself done the same exercise in a class of 120 students, and everybody was engaged.
yeah,
So it's
yeah, just like our heart pumps the blood, our mind pumps the thought, and this activity of centering on mindfulness, it helps pumping of those thoughts in a better fashion. It can stop those thoughts which are not important in the moment and bring us back to what is important right now. And with this,
Akansha, can we share the activity here also in the Zoom, or have we shared it in the group?
We have shared it in the group.
Can you please, with your thumbs up, can you please tell us that you have the activity with you, so that we can give you 5 minutes for strategizing, and then we can send you in breakout rooms. Can you please do a thumbs up and tell us that you have your activity? All right, I see Divya, Venkatesh, Reena. What about others? Please let us know that you have your activity, and because we are not going to send those who are not responding in the breakout room. Yes, I can see Anupama, Webhav,
what we need to do in the breakout rooms.
So Divya, if you decide to be the lawyer, did you read the facts?
Yes, ma'am.
So now you are the lawyer and you want a salary raise. Now you negotiate with the employer. So imagine a scenario in which you think that, see, I have done a lot of work and now I need a raise I need a promotion. I need a raise in my salary. How will you go about it? You cannot just go to the employer and say that, please give me a 20% raise, and they will agree. So that negotiation, salary negotiation, is gonna be your role play activity in the breakout rooms. Is there any other doubt with regards to the activity? We are here to take your doubts.
Hello. Please give 5 minutes.
Break?
Yeah.
Okay.
so that we can study the material which you have sent.
Sure, sure.
Thank you.
We do have 5 minutes time for everyone to read the fact sheet.
Yeah.
And only then we'll be assigning you to the breakout rooms.
Okay. Thank
Ma'am,
you.
I have one more question. Like, for example, we are in a breakup room. So, like, who will be like winning this one? Like, whose stand would be taken?
Upasana, would you like to answer that?
Yes,
think,
Mishti, could you repeat your question because I lost my internet there? Could you repeat your question?
Ma'am, my question was like, for example, we are in a breakup room, we are negotiating also. But like who will tell that whose stand would be taken out? Because it is a possibility.
Nobody. It's your discretion. In the breakout
Okay.
room, enter the skin of the character. And see, it's a role play. See, you will be the lawyer, and now you do your best to get the best out of it. Obviously, don't reach a deadlock where you are just not able to move at all. All right. Yes, Mr. Mubarak, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, madam, and thanks for the opportunity. If time permits, we shall play the dual role. Suppose the activity is duration of.
Oh, okay. In that case,
The
I don't think
activity,
so. That
the
You can reverse the roles.
the activity duration is 20 minutes. The activity duration is 20 minutes. Suppose we finish that a conclusion within 10 minutes. The remaining 10 minutes. Suppose I'm playing as a legal professional. My only senior associate. If we finish the talk within 10 minutes, we shall change the role again. I shall play as a senior associate. My opponent has want to play the legal professional.
Let me just tell you that we are going to do another masterclass in this series. So right now it is only from one perspective. So you're gonna be either the lawyer or the representative in the breakout rooms.
Plus,
Thanks a
you
lot,
can
madam. Thanks for
also
clarifying my doubts.
Mr. Mubarak, you can also use those 10 minutes, if at all you concluded before time. I request all the participants to utilize that time in debriefing, in discussing amongst yourself that how was your experience.
Yeah,
that's really important. It will
However,
be very.
it's highly unlikely that you will get the time in the breakout room. So it's like, you please try and complete the negotiation and be very genuine with the role play. The entire purpose of this exercise is for you to feel the pressure of negotiation. This is not a competition. Nobody is winning or losing. No agreement is the right agreement or good agreement. All right. So consider yourself in a virtual meeting where you are negotiating. I see Kanishka with a hand raised. Please go ahead, Kanishka.
Yes, ma'am. I'm audible, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, just a slide out. What is the time structure, time composition for the negotiation session?
So we are going to send you in the breakout rooms in another 5 minutes. And that would be 12:50 p.m. We are going to give you around 20 minutes. We are going to call all of you back in the main room by around 1:05 or 1:10 p.m.
Ma'am,
Somewhere
so
between
just
that.
one small one other doubt, ma'am. What is the allotted time for the caucus, or it is open to us to decide the time for the caucus session?
Open to you. No, nothing is allotted. You will be in the breakout room for 15 to 17 minutes.
Will there
Decide. Yeah.
Ma'am, just one, like, since we are individual participants, so I don't believe there might be a need for a caucus session at all, right? Because there
Sorry?
will no one, ma'am, since we will be individually participating as the lawyer and as the employer, we will not be having a client and counsel team in this case, so it will be one-on-one negotiation. So I don't think there will be need for a caucus session as such, right?
No. See, there is no mediator. Caucuses are private sessions and they happen only with the mediator. This master class is about negotiation. So your negotiation is not in the presence of a mediator. Consider yourself on a negotiation table as parties without the mediator.
No, ma'am, that's like I understand that, but I completely understand since it's a negotiation session, not a mediation session. I was saying since two parties are not, since two representatives are not there, like the client and counsel are not there, rather only the negotiating parties in person are there. So that's why we will not have a need for actually calling any caucus session. So
No, no,
20
no, no.
minutes.
There will not be any caucus between client and counsel. Only the parties are there. Main clients are negotiating. You're negotiating
Understood.
for yourself.
Yes, yes, ma'am. In
Because
person. Okay.
yeah. Because Kanishk, negotiation is not only for lawyers. It is important for everybody in this world. Teachers, mothers, siblings, everybody, right? So that's why we are not restricting only in certain template.
Uh, yes, ma'am. Thank you for those clarification. Just one small more doubt. Now,
Sure.
will there be need for an agreement if for
See, if you arrive at an agreement, cherry on the cake. But if you don't, then we are happy that you tried. So the main purpose of this activity is that you are trying from the bottom, from like an honest attempt is being given to it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Dr. Sundaresan also happens to have a doubt.
Yeah, please, you can
he's
unmute
in the chat. Dr. Sundaresan, can you please unmute yourself?
No, I think, Kriti, I can answer it from here only. I can read the question. So, Dr. Sundaresan, I hope I am pronouncing your name correctly. So, Dr. Sundaresan, there's no requirement for the parties to be advocates. Although in this scenario, you are legal professionals, but for a negotiation, it's not mandatory. So you can be a lawyer, you can be a client, you can be a teacher, right? For this role play, one of the player will be the lawyer who needs a salary hike, and another one is the representative of a law firm. Do we agree? All right. Thank you, Dr. Sundaresan. Thank you for that question. Yeah. So, Mr. Narayanan, we will send the feedback form after the activity. Yeah. Dr. Sundaresan, can you please mute yourself? Yeah. Thank you. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Another 1 minute and we are sending you in breakout rooms. So all of you, please come back. There was an amazing centering exercise done by Akansha. We have seen check-ins done by Kriti, mindfulness sessions done by Akanksha, and now we are going into the activity. So I hope it will be a lovely experience for all of you. I would request all of you to please give your best to this. Kriti, I hope the breakout rooms are ready.
Yeah, they're ready. So
All right.
Rukmani is here again, I guess.
Okay. So what I want all of you to do is please keep an eye on the broadcast message that we are going to send. So when there are only 5 minutes remaining, we are going to send a broadcast message saying 5 minutes remaining. All right. Kriti, who else other than you is recording? Prateek, are you there?
Khushi, are you recording?
Yes, I am here. I'm
Prateek,
recording.
I'm going to allot you also a breakout room so that even the breakout rooms get recorded. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, it's okay.
Brilliant. Super. Thank you. Okay. So maybe we can send everyone to the breakout room, Kriti, now. I hope everybody is ready with their fact sheet. Please let me know if you don't have your fact sheets. Okay, I think everybody has it. Kriti, we can send everyone in the breakout rooms.
Okay, so all of you will be receiving a pop-up now.
You know, Mr. Pratik, Apama Bhattaria is right now?
Yes, Anupama Bhadoria.
Amuka Bhattaria. Whom I want to interact. Okay, Anupama ji.
Yeah.
I want to
Yes, sir.
interact with you, or otherwise I need to go with Mr. Pratik.
No, I think we'll interact, sir.
You have to
What?
interact with Anupama, and
Not
I'm
Pratik
just
sir.
here for
Pratik sir
recording.
is recording. Yeah, he's
Pratik
just
is
recording.
recording. Okay. Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sorry, I got a little bit
We have to
confusion.
negotiate. No, no,
Okay.
it's okay, sir. Completely all right, sir. So, which role do you want, sir? I'll be the lawyer, sir, if you don't mind.
He left, I guess.
Uh, what role you want to play? Whatever suits you. Hello, sir. Can you ask Ananya to unmute herself so that we can start the activity?
Yeah. Ananya, please unmute yourself and participate in the activity.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Ananya, what role you want to play in this activity, if you may?
As a lawyer.
Okay, so I'll have to be the employer.
Yes.
So please begin then.
As an experienced legal professional and working in a law firm for 5 years, I am extensive expertise in the field and track record of success. And
What are your demands actually, Ananya?
I want to increase my salary with my contribution and market standard, and recognize I am recognized my achievements. So
How much like increase you're expecting or you want?
um, as
We
a
have to have
market
some.
standard and
Let's assume what is a current salary will be like. What if I'll say like maybe 40,000 per month. I'm just assuming.
okay.
This is the base salary we are assuming, and
Okay.
sir, we can assume the numbers, or is that allowed or not?
Yeah, we can assume.
So 40,000 is fine, and you what? How much increase you're expecting from me, and on what basis? Can you please put your
uh,
case forward?
uh, I want to increase my salary up to 50 or 55,000.
Just tell me exact number, either 50 or 55.
55,000.
55. Okay, 55. So let's just go with 55,000. Fine.
Yes.
And on what basis you want to increase this amount? Why
As
should I increase it?
I'm recognized lawyer and my achievements are considerable, and some of my financial situations are not going well with that, so I like to increase my salary.
Ananya, two parties are supposed to be here, right? So one is Anupama and the other one is
Yeah.
Pratik or Ananya.
Pratik, I am here for recording or I have to participate. If I have to
No,
participate, I don't have any.
that's no, that's fine. So one of the party is Ananya and the other is Anupama, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, great. Please continue. Please continue.
Okay, she left. Okay, yeah. So where were we? You wanted an increase of 55,000. I have to. Yeah. Okay. So I'll make an offer that seeing our current financial situation, and also seeing that our country is under economic crisis and everything, I'll make you an offer for 45,000 at this moment.
At this moment, but you can make sure that after when prices will overcome, then you can increase my salary.
Yes, if the situation of our firm and of our expenses get better, I can assure you that we'll again look into the matter and accordingly increase your salary, because you are an exceptional person which our organization would not want to lose. But currently we are not able to provide you your the offer you have made it, but we can, from 40 we can increase it to 45. If you agree with it, then we can go ahead with our offer and
Okay.
seal the deal.
Can you come at least 45,000?
Yeah, I am giving you 45,000. And
47,000. Can you deal with 47,000?
I'm not sure if we can do with 47, but what I can assure you that I can give you uh, a holiday on Saturday, so you won't have to work extra, and on a weekend. That I can assure you, if that is an effective bargain from my side you would want to agree upon.
Okay. But still, I can manage
Okay,
my.
fine. I can increase it to 46,000, and I can give you Saturdays off. Is that agreeable to you? Because beyond that, I do not have the means to uh, compromise to compensate you at this moment. But in future, if our situation gets better, we'll rethink upon it. We'll revisit our offer.
But the situation is for my money, not for holiday. I
No,
want.
I understand that the situation is for money. I'm just saying that till our situation gets better, and I would want to retain you as an employee of a firm, because you have done a considerable amount of work, and that has not only help us made a mark in the market. So just for that I would want you that if you can agree upon 46,000, and I can give you a day off till our situation gets better and we can revisit this offer. I'm just asking for this thing. Are you okay with this offer?
Okay then.
Okay,
Deal.
done. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
So
you.
46,000.
Yeah,
Okay,
46,000.
and a day off.
Okay.
So we are done with the negotiation. Hope this
Yeah.
was okay. I don't know.
Okay, we can also give a try if you want to, like, if the times are left. And as I
She
was
left,
listening,
I guess.
no, I am asking that we can also give a try. Like,
Okay,
I
so
was listening
us
and
guys,
sorry.
give a try to this
Yeah, yeah,
activity. I'm
yeah. As
asking.
the time is left,
Okay, okay. Okay, sir. So should I be the lawyer now and you will be the employer, I guess?
I just
Or
wanted to be a lawyer because I am a lawyer.
okay, you
That's
want
why.
to be a lawyer. Oh, same here. I am also an advocate. Okay, fine. I'll be the employer then. Okay, fine. Okay, I just wanted to do the role reversal.
Yeah. Okay.
So okay, fine. You be the lawyer, sir, please.
Yeah. Okay. So
So what is our
what
base salary?
I just want 1,10,000
Okay, 1,10,000. Okay, that's too
minimum.
much. Minimum.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. So
And the reason behind this because I have an
uh,
experience of 5 years working with a firm,
yes, sir.
and
Yes, sir.
you're being an employer, you also know the industry norms. That
Yes, sir.
a
Yes.
simple associate in a legal,
Yeah.
sorry, tier one or two firm is getting
Yeah.
60,000 a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
So being experience, so having experience of 5 years,
Yeah.
so I am now a
Yes.
senior associate. Being a
Yes, sir.
senior associate, I need at least a salary of 110.
1,10,000. So,
Yeah.
as we mentioned that as you are a valued employee of our organization, you are also aware about the financial crisis we are currently going through.
Yeah.
So, I am okay with increasing your salary, but not up to 1,10,000. Can we, if I make an offer, can we go about for 80,000 a month?
I'm getting 60,000 right now. Sorry, not
Yeah,
right now. I was getting 60,000 at starting of my career, and
yeah.
after 5 years, I will just you are just
I
increasing
I
20,000.
Yes, I understand everything, but can we, because see, again, for the sake of repeating, because we do not have the means to, at this moment, I'm just saying, I'm not saying that you are not worth 1 lakh. I know you're more than, your worth is more than 1 lakh, but can we consider, because looking at a long association, and you have been an important part of our organization, and you've been, in one, almost each and every aspect,
Yeah,
every
yeah, I
decision we have
understand,
taken.
but with
Can you
working,
please consider?
yeah, but working with full of the potential,
Yeah,
everyone should need a money. Like
yes,
it's the
agreed,
part of
agreed,
life. You have, if you
agreed.
want to enjoy your life, you want to have
Yes, I
something in your
completely
life,
agree.
you want
I,
you want money.
yes,
So
yes,
without
yes,
it, nothing can be possible. If you will
yes,
pay
yes,
me in a good number, then I will
yes,
work with full of my potential.
yes. I
So
completely agree. I completely agree
if
that,
you're going to pay me
because
less, then I will just okay.
I'll not
We'll do
pay you
this.
less. I'm not going to pay you less. It's just that currently I might be in a tight spot. So, see, Acha, okay, fine. If we'll increase it to 85,000, how about that? If I'll revisit my
97,000.
90, there's no difference then, 1 lakh.
Yeah,
It's
okay. If 85, then I just want, like, if there will be, if I am handling 10 cases or 15 cases a
okay.
month, then
Yeah.
I will ask for a partnership in five of
Hmm.
the case.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
with 35.
Okay. Okay, so we can do that as, see, if monthly, I'll provide you 85, and
Okay.
with additional, if cases, whatever, per case, I can, pay you according to your contribution, if you want to.
No, not my contribution. I'm
Okay.
asking about partnership. If you are taking
In that,
2 lakhs from
in those
client,
cases,
I will ask
you want
you for
50%.
not 50%. I know it's bit
20?
high.
Yeah, that's true.
At least
Yeah.
35%.
20? Will 20
35,
do?
35.
Okay, 30. Let's do 30.
Okay, 30.
80, 85 plus 30% in whatever cases.
Yeah.
Okay. But don't you think that is again will reach above 1 lakh? So if that is a bad bargain for me.
Yeah, I know. Okay, 28. 28.
Can we
No, 30. I am not asking in all of the cases. I am asking
huh,
if I am getting 15 cases a month or
yeah.
35 cases. I am just asking about 5 cases. 5 cases.
Okay, for 5 cases. In 5 cases. Fine,
Whatever
okay,
cases
fine.
you are handling me, not about
Okay,
that.
okay.
I am
Not
asking
every
about
case, but 5 cases you want.
5 cases. Yeah, right.
Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, fine, we can do that. But then again, yeah, okay, fine. I don't know if this is a what one case, how much we are keeping, sir? How much, like, the base price?
35%. And
No,
it will
35
depend.
is too much.
Okay, 30%. 30%. But
20, 20. We'll do 20. That will anyways will go beyond 1 lakh.
yeah,
If you
I
will
know. Okay,
see, it
20.
will aram se will go beyond 1
Okay,
lakh.
20. Okay, done.
Fine. Okay, let's not get greedy. Let's not be greedy.
Yeah, I know. If I had started from 35, you would
Yeah,
given
I
me
understand.
20.
Okay,
I
fine.
know.
So 85,000 plus 20% of 5 cases.
Yeah, right.
Okay. And this number can also sort of go up and down according to whatever cases we are getting in our firm. Because see, we are in a tight financial condition. Maybe
But
we may not.
at least, I think you are getting 5 cases a
Yeah,
month.
I know that. I'm just
It's
saying, if
very less. It's very less in number. I
yeah,
know.
that is
If I
true.
am
That
working
is
with
true.
you for 5 years, last 5 years,
Yeah.
so I also know what number of
Yes,
cases
yes.
you are getting in a month.
Yeah. I know, I know. So you are a prized possession. So okay, fine. This is a final deal, I guess. Then
Yeah. Okay.
okay. So our negotiation is over. We are at 85,000 plus 20% of 5 cases.
Yeah.
Done deal. So now what should we do? Like, should we leave the room or?
Yeah, we should.
Okay. Lower level people, sir. I'm just like a Fauji and army wala. You need to take care of your soldiers, sir. Boss, I need to hear.
For the certificates and digital content in the WhatsApp group. But before that, can you please close the breakout rooms, Akanksha? Can we call everybody back?
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, Rukmani. I know you have to leave and do you want to? Hi, Rukmani, are you there?
Hi. Yeah. Hi. I'll hold on. Anyway, your debrief must be for would be a shorter period of time, so I think I'll hold on.
All right. Okay. Super.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Brilliant. Okay, so everybody is joining us back. It was lovely watching Mubarak and Wala negotiate. I hope everybody is back in the main room. No, I think room number 4 is still going on. Room number 2 is still going on. Okay, we have...
back in 20 seconds, so it's okay.
Yeah. So now what would I request is, let them also join back and then maybe we can start with the debrief. Now for the debrief, can all of you please switch on your cameras? I think it will be lovely if we can see you, if we can, let's do the debrief with your cameras on. I just want to see those smile, those interesting reactions, those appreciative words for your negotiating partners. So maybe if you are in a position to switch on your cameras, it would be really interesting to see you debrief and then take it ahead. All right. Having said that, since everybody is back in the back from the breakout rooms, and everybody must have experienced maybe a sense of excitement, irritation, anger, cool, calm, agreement, and then finally disappointment that you're not able to agree. So quickly a hand raise from those rooms where people were able to agree. Can you please, if there is an agreement, can we please? All right. We have Rupali, Krishnansh, Kanishka, Khushi, Venkatesh, Vincent, Anupama, Divya, Seema. All right. Kriti, all right. Brilliant. Yeah. Okay. So these were the rooms where the agreements were done. Okay. Can we quickly talk about, and anyone from the two parties can quickly unmute themselves and talk to us about, so you can talk to us about what was the agreement, and then finally what was your style of negotiation and your partner's style of negotiation, and what did you learn? So
I
one
hope
person from one room. Yeah, please go ahead. Venkatesh, please go ahead.
Yeah, my partner is Vincent actually.
Vincent,
I'm from employer and he is my lawyer. He has asked he's asked his for 30% actually. So
30%.
30% hike, keeping in view his seniority and contribution to the law firm. Finally, I have dragged to 16%. Plus a out of box foreign trip also with family.
So your agreement is 16% hike, and along with that,
foreign trip.
Sorry,
a foreign trip.
A designation hike. Oh my God.
Yeah.
A designation hike also.
And a designation hike also. I will send.
And a personalized cabin and a written order for 25% hike next year.
Oh my God. So you were able to take out the promotion.
What firm is that? Let's all apply there.
I totally agree.
Brilliant. So
I got him to fix. Yeah, sorry. Please tell me.
No worries. We can see a lot of out of the box thinking and options creation there, which is brilliant. What do you think was your style of negotiation, Venkatesh?
I didn't ask him an assistant. That is the only thing I left out.
Oh, okay. What was your style of negotiation, Venkatesh?
Collaborative.
Collaborative. What I can see, it was more. What I can see, it can be a little accommodative also, because Vincent was able to take out a lot of options there. And Vincent, what would you say? How was your style of negotiation?
I mean, more of, it was playing to the vulnerabilities of a person and about the requisite information and getting more. So if I say that from the deal, I got more than 30%. So, I mean, now what style, I'll have to just check out on the WhatsApp that you've sent me.
No problem. You can write it in the chat box. What did you learn? What did you learn from the activity? Or maybe let me rephrase it. What can you do differently if you are in a position of negotiation again?
For me or for Venkatesh?
Either of you.
For me, I felt that, yeah, that's the only thing. I should have asked for an assistant. I should have done a more detailed, workout plan for the same. I didn't have it jotted down in my mind. So
yeah,
I
so
should have
research
detailed it
is
more.
So research is a very important part of negotiation.
Absolutely.
You first research and then come to the negotiation table. What about you, Venkatesh? What about you?
Actually, I immediately agreed for a, what do you say, designation change because I want to give him more responsibility without any height.
Oh, nice. Brilliant. Can we?
And I have reserved the height for the next year.
So it is a very interesting agreement that we are looking at with Venkatesh and Vincent. Can we go to the different room? And can we do this? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
What about Krishnansh? Yeah.
So my partner was Khushi. So initially she asked a raise of 1,50,000 rupees, while the current salary was being 80,000. So I did not agree to increase the salary, but what I did was she will receive 2% of the fees that we receive from the client that she will bring into the firm. Secondly, the cost of transportation that she incurs while coming to the office shall be borne by the firm. And also within 1 year, we might think to promote her to the senior associate position.
With the salary hike or not?
No, salary hike was not even talked about. It was just promotion thing.
Okay, it's very interesting. There's a lot of option creation there. Khushi, how would you say, what was Krishnan's style of negotiation?
It was accommodative as well as collaborative at the same time. What I proposes is accepted that and modified according to his interests, his law firm interests. So yeah.
Did it help that both of you are from the same college and there was a rapport building already done before you were there on the table?
No, we are not from same college.
Oh, nice. So it was your first meeting in the breakout room.
Yes.
Which is a brilliant. Coming to the third question quickly, what did you learn or what would you do differently?
I think creating options. I never, thought of travel allowances that I get or the recognition, promotion from a lawyer to associate to senior associate. The options that he has put in my desk was amazing. So that was for me a learning part, that creating a lot of options to the party, that we are like अब तो बहुत कुछ मिल गया ले लेते हैं.
Okay. What about you, Krishna?
And the same thing, like it's not always the monetary things that we can give to the person, but rather we can create a solution that might ultimately favor me more, but the other person is also happy that she also got a lot of other things.
Very nice.
It was a win-win situation for both of us. We were so happy.
Brilliantly. So brilliantly done. All right. How about the next? Can we go to the next agreement? I think Anupama's room arrived at an agreement.
You need to unmute yourself, Anupama.
Sorry. I was with Prateek sir and Ananya, and both the time I had to play the employer. So with Ananya,
Anupama, maybe.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah. Yes, Anupama, you are audible.
I think ma'am is saying something.
I think Upasana is experiencing internet glitch. You go ahead and share your experience, Anupama.
So with Ananya, her base salary was 40,000, and her offer was to increase her salary to 55,000. So we negotiated a bit, and uh, with the promise that I will, as an employer, revisit this salary. So we renegotiated, and it came down to 46,000. And another offer that I'll not disturb on Saturdays, and I'll not call her to office and do extra work on weekends with with this condition. She agreed, and she was very accommodating. So yeah, so from 40,000, her salary got increased to 46, with on Saturdays that I'll not disturb her. So yeah, that's. And with Prateek sir, his offer was for 1,10,000. So as an employer, I said that is not possible because of our financial condition and everything. So sir agreed for 85,000, but there was this another condition from his side, that he'll get 20% from the whatever 5 cases I'll be handling in partnership and everything, which was earlier I think 35%. If sir will like to,
Yeah.
At
But
this moment,
after that very 20%, I must be getting more than 110.
Yeah, that's so. He was a bit competitive, and I think
So you
yeah,
have
that
the
was it.
experience of looking at two different styles. Prateek was more competitive, and maybe
Yes,
Ananya was more.
Ananya
Brilliant.
was accommodating.
Brilliant. So since we are running out of time, and I would like to invite
Yes,
Rukmini
ma'am.
also for her comments, can we go to a room where there was no agreement? Anybody, then where there was no agreement? Is there a room where there was no agreement? I know Wala and Mubarak's room had no agreement. Is there any other room where there was no agreement? Mishti, was there an agreement in your room?
Yeah, there was an agreement in my room where my salary was increased to 3%
Okay, so
of an
okay, so I want to talk about Wala and Mubarak's way of negotiation. There, I think Wala, if you would want to give your opinion there also, I think Mubarak was quite assertive, and Wala was, maybe because of that assertion, Wala was not willing to hear him out. And maybe that's why Wala was not shifting from her stance that yes, it is not the right time to even discuss salary hikes. So maybe if Mubarak and Wala want to talk about it for like 1 minute, and then I'll invite Rukmani.
Okay, thank you very much. Our negotiation was very interesting. Mubarak was very, positional and forceful, and he was raining his demands on me. But I was able to listen very well patiently to all what he was saying. It enabled me to come up with my right response, and I told him since he claimed that his client was a very good staff and deserved a salary increment, even though it was not the time of the year when we look into salary increments, when the supervisors are expected to turn in their report about different staff and we look at it. I was going to look at his own case and we arrange another meeting to talk about it. So my style was to listen properly. I learned my style was kind of positional because he was very demanding and I learned to listen. It's always good to listen very well so you are able to come up with the right questions or right position. I mean, the next step you want to take. The other party may be frustrated and angry because of what he needs or wants and has not been able to get it. So I listen very well. You need to listen very, very well. Pay attention to them. That will also make them feel that you have regards to them and what they are saying. So I listen very well. I learned that.
Okay. Okay, Vala. So what I can understand is that maybe because of the assertive tone of Mubarak's way of negotiation, you were not.
Hello. Sorry. Yeah, even though I didn't hear you out, can you hear me? Hello. Hello, can you hear? Yes,
We
I
can hear
heard
you,
you
Vala.
last. Yes, I heard you when you said even maybe because of the assertive tone of Mubarak. Yeah, and the way he was coming on and pointing, raining down his demand and annoyance and position. I intentionally decided that in the long run that we would take another day to come for the negotiation. We will look into his demands, and hopefully by then he would have calmed down, not be too forceful, you know. So hopefully by the time we come back for the negotiation, he would have calmed down because he was very appreciative when I said we will look into it, arrange another meeting. He thanked me very much. So I believe by the next time he comes, he won't be too over assertive or too forceful. So we can take it one step at a time. Then I will be able to, I will be now able to list my own alternatives to him, and I will now prioritize what we can do or I can do on behalf of my company. At least from there, I will let them know our best alternative or worst alternative, and maybe we can come up with our zone of possible agreements.
Thank
you.
you, Wala. Thank you so much. I guess this episode was also a kind of an experience to what actually happens in negotiations. Rukmani, you've been witness to all the experience